A team full of stars, and it all fire. I don't spill words, I spill Berg on the beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill his speech. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt.
On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Oh, good return up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
30 left. Ready. Son. Silver.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Easy. Read a point.
Now Lawrence. That's complete to DK. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Hey, Rob.
From the gun, Bigsby. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
Jaguars, first down. First
Here we go.
and goal at the 5.
Bigsby once more. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Here we go. Hey, Jupiter. On red. Hey, Dinter. Zach. Here we go, son.
Bigsby. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's a third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
Silver.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Tank Bigsby, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Looking to put a drive together. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. You look at this Jaguar defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8.
Here we go, here we go. Smash, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. This defense for the Jags, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On third down, here's Taylor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27.
13 loop. Hey, tomato. Touch.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Colts 23-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Lawrence will throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum levels.
14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 60 Vikings. Check the 50.
Operating from the gun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. And the Colts first down.
Ready? Viking, 1-3, 70,
Back to throw again. That's another one complete to Mitchell. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. You look at this Jaguar defense, and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
Let's go. Read Cowboy 80. Check smash. Cowboy 80.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles. Rig alert.
They'll send Mitchell in motion right. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll go down at the 28. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
76, Cougar 19.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Operating from the gun, Leonard. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
That's a gain of 7.
But not liking the look, they'll change the play.
70 Lions. 79 Broncos. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball through, and it's 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game. Take the points when they're there. And put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37.
Another run by Bigsby. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On the carry, Bigsby. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The Jaguars at 13-2 on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Easy. Read of 24. Read of 54.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Hey, hey.
Now Lawrence. Now they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So now then the penalties got him set up with a first and goal.
Rip! Here we go.
Here's Bigsby. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tank Bigsby, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Offense at the line and set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, even their fan bases they weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. In motion, right comes Gordon. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Across midfield. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You talk about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roll and picked up big yardage.
Real quick. Whole squad on that rail.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A run here with Bigsby. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And
they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. This now a 3rd and 4.
take right open. Soka, hot.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Going quickly out to the right side. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They geared up and took a deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Leonard. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
First down, Indianapolis.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's complete to Mitchell. Breaks the tackle now at Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Some strong running. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Second and 4. A man over the middle, and it's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 25 yards. And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
11, Agate. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. We'll get this out to Tootin. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
By Chris Paul Jr.
30 left.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Here's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Hey, go. Easy.
From the gun, Bigsby. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that will extend their lead even further. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Offense at the line and set to go. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Cut back team.
From the gun on 3rd down, Leonard. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the right side, this is Taylor. To about the 33-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
19-18.
Here's 2nd and 8. To the right side and intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Hands it off out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
52-yard attempt.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake. Leonard. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go now. 19, 19.
Now they'll shift things around. Looking to throw. Leonard. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Pass the 50, pass the 60, 19 tight, 19, ready.
Back to throw. Leonard. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Hey, two clear. All right, here we go.
Bigsby once more. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Hey.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Hey, here we go.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On the handoff, Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
30 left.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Bayshore Tootin, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. And I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Down the right sideline. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, go.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Lawrence on the sneak. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down. And
that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Hey, center. Done. Here we go.
Here's a give up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They're going to keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tank Bigsby, a 23-yard run. And the Jaguars extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. But that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on. Moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going to work against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Brings up 3rd and
1. The Colts on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
13 yards on the play. That's good for the Colts. 1st down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
11, Agate.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Rip, 23. Hey, son.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Lisa, 24. Hey, Soko, Silver.
Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Logan Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. But penalties don't usually hurt as much as that one does. That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. When you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just deals with it.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Leonard. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Leonard. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, They want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And we'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew we were going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Operating from the gun, Leonard. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And Taylor going to pick up the Colts first down as he'll be brought down at the 27. And now an audible here into something else.
It's a gain of 6. And the Colts.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Viking 18.
First down. A gain of 4 yards.
79 Broncos.
First down. Indianapolis.
Looking to throw. Leonard. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Back to 60.
Back to throw. Leonard. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
70. 70. Bronco 80.
They'll try and throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll Tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
13, Luke.
We got a plane to catch.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chimway DK, 74 yards. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Nifty move by Gordon. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the...
He's got a man, complete. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Okay,
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
here we go. Set. Steady.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to get this.